Welcome and thank you for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your June 2020 tarot card reading. If you haven't already and you'd like to check out your free 3-card tarot spread, you can do so in the description box beneath this video. These are not generic readings. Every outcome is written for the tense that it is made for. So you get real clear insights into your own situation absolutely for free. And please, I'd be honored if you pressed the subscribe button and notification bell so that you get alerted every time Patrick and I drop a new video. But without further ado, let's get into our reading for June 2020. Hello Leo, and thank you for joining me for your June 2020 tarot card reading. So let's have a look at what comes up in your present situation. You have here, Leo, the King of Swords. If this represents somebody in your life, it's somebody who is maybe interested in business, typically an older male. But if it doesn't represent a person, then it's a situation that requires a lot of logic, a lot of order, and a lot of discipline in some area of your life. So let's see what is blocking you, Leo. What is blocking Leo this month? The card that's blocking you is the Empress. Now, this is interesting to come up as a blockage card. The Empress is very much to do with fertility. She's to do with abundance. She's to do with fruitfulness, harvest, just feeling full. So it could be that in some area of your life, there is this feeling of lack that is holding you back from realizing your dreams. And really, we want to see where this lack is coming from and see where this leak is coming from and see what we can do to rectify that. So the card that is your foundation card is actually fantastic. You've got here the Magician. The Magician, you know, he can sometimes be a bit mischievous, but he's very much to do with ambition, making things happen. You can see on his table here that he has many tools. He's got his wands, pentacles, cups, and swords, and he's combining them all together a little bit in an alchemical way to try and make something. The Magician can often make something out of nothing. So it could be that in terms of your finances, Leo, that you might have to get a bit creative in creating the abundance that it is that you want, thinking outside the box a little bit, not letting people tell you that your ideas are too wacky. You know, what does your gut tell you? Let's have a look at your past. Well, the past is actually a fantastic card and really shines a light upon anything that comes up as a bit negative in this spread. The Sun, this is you, this is your fire, this is your energy, this is your vitality. This is what makes you who you are. And you're bringing that force into this month. You're bringing that fire into this month. Particularly if you have, you know, your chart might not particularly be very fiery, Leo. You may be a fire sign, but you might have a lot of water in your chart, a lot of air, a lot of earth. But this is saying that your sign, the energy that your sign brings, is really fortifying anything that hasn't been working. So let's have a look at what's spiritually connecting and crowning you. Well, you couldn't ask for a better card than this. This is the World. You have another major arcana card. The World is the last card in the major arcana journey. This is card 21. You know, you come to the end of a spiritual cycle, and really, you know, what comes after this is the Fool. The Fool has been on his journey. He's been through the trials and the tribulations. He's, you know, gone through that spiritual metamorphosis, and this is saying to you that spiritually a new quest, a new chapter in your life really could begin this month. You might get a new lease for life and start to think, well, actually, you know, what do I want my life to hold? Perhaps if you have had lockdown where you are, it's been making you think a bit more deeply about what it is that you want your world to look like. The card that comes up for you in your immediate future is this amazing card. This is the Knight of Wands. He's very fast moving energy. Knights often represent messages, so this could be messages in the mail, messages on your email, your phone blowing up with all kinds of ideas, perhaps even job offers of some kind. This is news that you've been waiting to hear. And again, Wands, this is your fire sign. So this is something that you've put the wheels in motion. This hasn't just happened for no reason. It's you that's created this traction. So you should be very proud of yourselves, Leo, for actually putting in the legwork. Let's have a little look at your state of mind. Wow. This is probably one of the most positive spreads for any zodiac sign that I've seen this month. This is the Ace of Wands. This is you. Fire again. Creativity, ideas. If you're into, acting or singing, particularly, this is a good omen for you. But this is just, or artistry in some way. Letting that inner uniqueness of you shine this month. I feel like you're going to get a new sense of confidence. Something's really giving you a boost or will give you a boost this month. And it's like this confidence to know, actually, I can do this. Actually, I am skilled and I am talented and I am going to let myself shine. And I'm not going to let people tell me that I'm just, being egotistical, because Leos can often get a bad rap for that. But actually, guys, you're just using your gifts and talents. And if other people are jealous of that, well, that's their deal. So you've got here as your outside influence, the Four of Cups. This could be someone in your life who's actually a bit apathetic, a bit lethargic. Perhaps they're not fully on board with your ideas, goals, and dreams. Maybe you feel like you're being held back by somebody in your life. They're not really seeing where you're coming from. Cramping your style sounds a bit harsh, but it's like you're really buzzing and excited about something and they're just not sharing in that excitement. If that's not exactly the case for you in your situation, it could be part of you that's feeling apathetic or tired. And if that is the case, please don't beat yourself up about it. We all go through these periods of fast growth, lots of excitement, and then have a little bit of burnout. But this doesn't mean it'll last forever. If you do feel that way, just make sure you're getting enough rest. Let's have a look at your hopes and fears. Right. We have the Eight of Swords as a hope and fear. I think this is a fear here, Leo. The Eight is kind of represents prison in some way. It's trying to escape, literally. And this is actually a metaphor for what this card is. You've got to escape the prison that you've created in your own mind. There is always a way out when the Eight of Swords appears. We feel blindfolded. We feel like we're surrounded by this fencing, but there's always an opening. And perhaps it's that you don't feel you can quite see it yet. You're not quite sure how you can get out of the situation that's not serving you anymore. But there is a way out. And, if you're scratching your head thinking, okay, that's great, but, what is it? Sometimes time is the only thing that will show us. And that requires some patience. And that's difficult when you've got all this fiery go, go, go energy. So your outcome here is the Pope, the Hierophant, the High Priest. This is about traditional values, sticking to what works. There's some areas in this spread that want you to break the mold, be unique, show your individualism. But the way that you're going to get there, and this might sound really counterintuitive, but the way you can realize your goals is actually sticking to things that work, sticking to things that have been tried and tested before. We don't always have to break the wheel, literally. But, so have the unique goals and ambitions, but follow a traditional route to get there. So this could be a business plan, for example. A good old-fashioned business plan where you write up, your aims, targets, goals, objectives. Sounds boring, but actually it can help you manifest and really plan your next move. So this is about having some plan, order, structure, but still allowing all this fiery, you've got so many major arcana cards in this spread. You've got, this Empress energy, you want it now, feels like a blockage, but you've got this wonderful sun, you've got this fantastic magician. So I really feel that this month could be actually really glorious for you if you stick to the road most travelled, ironically. Thank you so much for joining me here this month. I really do appreciate you spending your time with me. If you would like to book a one-to-one session with me, I will leave that information in the description box. You can also order your digital tarot card reading, which is emailed directly to you. So if you want to check that out, also prices are very affordable. I'll leave that in the description box too. But until we speak again the next time, I'm wishing you lots of peace and stay safe. Warm wishes, Alyssa.